everybody. We're back with the author of Renegade, Adam Kinzinger. You say you feel some responsibility for the GOP's decline.
Yeah, look, I think it's important if you're going to talk about your story and talk about the decline of the GOP, of which I was part of, to say I played a role in that. And look, I recognize that you play with fire a little bit because it's great at fundraising, right? You can get people fired up and you work that a little bit, or you don't speak out. I spoke out a lot as a Republican congressman, but not as much as I should have. I voted against the first impeachment out of pure cowardice, and it's the one thing I recognize and admit is...
What do you mean? Like how, like, where was the pressure from the rest of your party saying you cannot do this?
Yeah, all this pressure came in and said, you know, you can't vote for the first impeachment. And I just, in my soul, I'm like, look, he tried to manipulate Ukraine for political stuff. But I found a technicality, which is the speed at which the impeachment was happening. I found that technicality and said, kind of, that's my way out. And in a way, I'm glad because I was able to survive to do the stuff for January 6th. But I'm not going to pretend like that wasn't a cowardice move to vote against it, because it was. And maybe I could have brought more people with me. But I think we have to recognize that, because if we're going to come back from this dark moment we're in, people have to recognize the role they played and commit to playing a role to defend this country and democracy.
Like a Truth and Reconciliation Commission?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Last time you were here, Kevin McCarthy had just gotten in as Speaker after 15, was it 15 votes? Something like that. Okay. And did you think he would last 10 months?
I don't know what I thought anymore. Like,
did it feel, how about this? Did it feel good to see him
Oh my
ousted?
gosh, it was great. And I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, this is a guy that I know, to me, the worst thing is not somebody that actually thinks the election was stolen and, you know, goes about that. It's somebody like Kevin McCarthy that knows it wasn't stolen. He knows he's lying, but he's willing to go along with it anyway. This is a guy that, like, initially was talking about how he wanted to make the GOP something that, you know, millennials could like, and tech and all that, and he just sold out to Donald Trump, and then he sold out to become Speaker. So this may have been a little faster than I expected, but it's exactly what I expected.
How much do you know about the new Speaker, Mike Johnson? Because I know his name. All I knew was his name was... He's already made a lot of friends.
Yeah,
And I knew his name was Mike Johnson, and that was about it. And everything I've learned since then has been, well, he's just as cult-like, but in a slicker package.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
So what was your interaction? Did you know him at all before?
You know, I knew of him, but no, not really.
You said he came up like with...
Came up with like a little clipboard asking me to sign on to this lawsuit, right? You know, so it was an amicus brief, I think, and anyway, to try to get Congress on the record. And I'm just like, Mike, dude, like, I'm not going to do this. I'm the one out. And he just kind of scrambles away. And
what was the pitch, though? Like, there's got to be like a one-line sales.
Yeah, the pitch was, hey, you want to get on this lawsuit so we can throw out the votes in these other states? And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. And the interesting thing about that, Kevin McCarthy was not on that lawsuit until the day the names came out, and people were upset about it. And he put out a statement that said, oh, yeah, I was on it. They just left my name off of it. And then they added his name. After he told Liz Cheney, by the way, that he wouldn't go on it because, of course not, this is an insane lawsuit. This is the kind of guy that was Speaker of the House for 10 months. And now the new Speaker of the House is a guy that was, like, leading that whole circus in the first place.
Okay. Ken Buck, Representative Ken Buck, and a few other people, but Ken Buck was sort of very vocal about it, had said that they refused to vote for Jim Jordan because they couldn't have an election denier second in line to the presidency and in a constitutional office if they did not believe in our constitutional democracy. But then they voted for Mike Johnson. Do you know how that shift happened? Because it is wonderful to see someone who knows that they might be paying some sort of public price, but for their private conscience. But to see that person fold is doubly upsetting.
It's really predictable. So I was talking to a lot of these opponents to Jim Jordan during this. I was calling them like, because I was honestly impressed. If there's green shoots, I was impressed that they were able to tank Jim Jordan, because I thought the pressure was going to come so intensely that they would just fall like dominoes. And 20 to 25 of them held out. I was calling them, talking to them. And they paid a huge price. They got the death threats that I had been getting for years, but they were getting that. So then Mike Johnson's name comes up, and I'm like, they're gonna collapse on this one, because it's one thing to take that really tough stand once, and they found an out. The out is Mike Johnson. Nobody really knows him. I can't vote against him again. I'm all in. And every one of them voted for him.
Now, one of the things that Mike Johnson has said is that if you want to know his worldview, like how he feels about issues specifically, you should go pick up a Bible. I pick up Bibles all the time. I'm a big fan. It's a very good book. And well, what do you make of the Bible as a legislative tool?
The Bible is something that, you know, for me, I use it as a guide for my life. I'm a Christian, right? The Bible shows me how to live my life. But I think this country was founded on the idea that a representative represents not just people that share his faith or her faith, but people that you represent. 700,000 people that I represented, they all don't believe the same thing I do. I'm not any more of a congressman for a certain set of people than I am for others. And that's what this country was founded on, is the idea that we're going to protect church's existence, but we're not going to be a government based on the church. That's what the Taliban try to have in Afghanistan, is a government that's based simply on a religious focus. We can be people that are spiritual people in government, but recognize that doesn't include anybody else that's atheist, Jewish, Muslim, or anything else in this country. This is a free country.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break right here, but right back with more Congressman Adam Kinzinger.